يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد.
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن. هذه عقيدتنا الصحيحة فطرة تنفي الشكوك بواضح البرهان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Continuing with Islamic Creed Level 2 and the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His names and attributes, and with more of the qawa'id or the principles that the people of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah are upon. We talked about 4 principles, and the 5th principle is to believe in the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That includes certain things. First of all, that these names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe in them is according to the way that it fits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most exalted subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is something that is important to understand, because again, not to fall into resemblance or to attributing weakness or deficiencies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it fits the majesty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second thing is, within this principle, is to believe in whatever that name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entitles with regards to the attributes of Allah. So every name has an attribute. And also to believe in anything that is with regards to the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that would lead the person to act upon, or what's the effect of that, or that belief in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we put these things together, so believe in it in the way that it fits the majesty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe in what the attribute of that name is, and to act upon it, and to believe in the effect of believing in these names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we take as an example, as you have in your book, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, As-Sami', the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the all-hearer. So if we apply this principle, that means we believe in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, As-Sami', that fits, nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on. To believe in the attribute of As-Sam', that this means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears, this is the attribute. And the effect of that, meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears the secret and the openly said speech, and what's in the hearts, and so on. So this is the hukm of it. This is how the matter is. And then what it entails is that a person has to fear Allah. What's the outcome of this? That a person should fear Allah, should be watchful, should have the shyness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on. This is something to be practiced with every name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with regards to the attribute that it includes. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razzaq, to believe in it in the way that it fits the perfect names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe in that attribute of providing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the provider, and then that means He provides subhanahu wa ta'ala with everything. And therefore the outcome of this is to have your heart relying upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, to seek the halal provisions, because how can He subhanahu wa ta'ala be Ar-Razzaq, the provider, and He forbade for you certain ways of seeking provisions, and you take this forbidden path, and you would say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razzaq. He would never forbade you from something and made you rizq from it. Yes, you might attain wealth from it, but if you were patient and seeking what only permitted for you, you would get what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permitted for you, and at the same time you would not be among those who committed sins, those who subject themselves to the punishment of Allah. And this is a practice that we need to be upon, especially when we learn the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has to show in our life, in our actions. Another principle is when it comes to the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, since nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that also is with regards to the attributes of Allah. So whatever we talk about the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we say the same thing when it comes to the that, to the being of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since there's nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about himself and something is mentioned about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we say nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whether it's hearing and seeing and so on, or the sifat al-that as they call it, the hands and the foot and so on and the eyes, all of that is to believe in it and to understand the meaning of it, but no resemblance, no similarities, no saying since, therefore, and all of these types of things. And nothing is the like of Allah. So therefore, those who deny the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but at the same time they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how can they deny something and they affirm something else, which is again consensus among the ummah. So, and if they claim that this has some form of similarities between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His creation, we say that you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a being and it's a real one. So if you believe in that and the human beings, the creation of Allah, they have a being, so isn't that tashbih? There's no tashbih, meaning that you deny the tashbih. Deny the tashbih from the very beginning, deny any resemblance or similarities, you'll be saved. You won't fall into contradictions. Right? If you claim that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the all-hearer, the all-seer, and you believe in that, you cannot deny it because it's in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, then people would say, but the human beings, they hear and they see. So you contradict yourself. So instead of that contradiction, you just be consistent as the people of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, where you would believe that in all of the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether it's in the actions of Allah, whether it's in the being of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we believe in all of them. And nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that goes with every name and every attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another principle, and we'll end with this principle, is that when we talk about some of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's the same thing that we would talk about in the rest of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when it comes to establishing, affirming it, denying it, it's the same thing at all times to be safe from any contradictions, to be consistent in matters of belief. So for example, if for those who affirm some of the attributes of Allah, like the Asha'ira and the like of them, they would believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they would attribute to Him al-haya, life and knowledge and the power and the hearing and the seeing and so on. They would say that this is attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and so on. But then other attributes of Allah, they would deny it or alter it. They would say al-mahabba, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means the reward. Al-rida, being pleased, is to give thawab and so on. Anger is punishment. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attributed these attributes to Himself. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the believers, يُحِبُّهُمْ وَيُحِبُّونَ. He loves them and He loves Allah and they love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then we say that there's no difference between these attributes and the other attributes. There is no such a thing as to differentiate between what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala affirmed and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala denied. And one is referring to the other. So if you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has life and power and hearing and seeing, and it's nothing the like of the human beings and the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then by necessity, you have to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves and pleased and He's angry and all of these things as is mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, without resemblance to the human beings. So nothing is the like of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise you fall into contradiction. And as some said, a very important principle, that the first level of corruption is in contradiction. Once you contradict yourself, then you fall into the corruption. And whoever follows the nusus, the text from the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, they are protected from contradictions whatsoever. So these principles and more of these principles are things to establish the proper belief in the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to be safe from these types of deviations that people fell into. And when we look into these matters, the more that we learn, the more that we establish these meanings, as it's mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, the more the person would save his heart from all of these different deviations. And sometimes people, they would invent principles from their own selves, and they would want others to follow their principles. No, we even disagree with you with your principle that you invented. The people of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah are different. They make their principles based on the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. They don't initiate by making principles and then they look into the verses that fits these principles. No, they don't have any principles till they read the Quran and the Sunnah. So they get their principles and their foundations and their understanding from the wahy, from the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is how they establish this matter of belief clearly and straightforward as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us to be upon. So we'll continue inshallah ta'ala with more of these meanings and the subject of the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala next time, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد،
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن. هذه عقيدتنا الصحيحة فطرة تنفي الشكوك بواضح البرهان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.